Hello, everybody. Getting situated here. Forgot to set up the light because I had it set up differently in the kitchen for the Cook With Me Live that happened. So, give me a minute here. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare. You are in the right place. This is our weekly live chat. If you're here live, go ahead and introduce yourself. Say, where you're from, what you're growing. If you have questions or discussion topics you want to discuss, let us know. And if you're on the replay, hey, we read comments. So, um, go ahead and participate in that way. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a happy solstice. I didn't actually wish anybody a happy solstice yesterday, so happy solstice. All right. So I hope everybody's doing well. It is the last Monday before Christmas, and we haven't had snow yet. So that's fine. Anyway, we did do the Cook With Me Live yesterday, and we made some amazing things. And I'll show them a few times. But we made some cookies. So this is a peanut butter chocolate oatmeal no bake cookie. This one right here is a chocolate, or it's not chocolate, sorry. It's a ginger crinkle. And this right here is a mouse on snow. Aren't they cute? So those are the treats that we made. We also made homemade eggnog, which mine's almost gone, guys. Which then you grate nutmeg over. Here's the nutmeg that is halfway gone. And yeah, so I just set it on top. You guys can't see this, that's fine. I just set it on top of the mug, grate it on there. I don't have a microplane, but this works. You guys might have an earthquake during this. Sorry, I apologize. We are not strapped down. But it makes really good. It's awesome. And if you want to join, you can rewatch that video. If you are a member and you have not actually joined the member Facebook group, then go ahead and do that. You do have to answer questions and make sure you're real and agree to the rules and all that. But that's where we're going to have kind of the we actually decided yesterday that we will be posting the recipes after, it might take a while, but after the event. So I like to have ingredients and tell you guys what you're going to need and then go from there, because it's always fun to cook with each other. And, I don't want to just kind of give out recipes and everybody do it on their own and whatever. But, have the back and forth and have the fun thing, with us doing it together, which we had a blast yesterday. It went for pretty long. We had a blast yesterday. And it was really, really good. It was fun. It was good. We had good snacks, good food, good eggnog. Eggnog turned out wonderful. But we did decide to post the actual recipe, not just the ingredients, onto the member Facebook. So there you go. All right. So let's go up to the top. I haven't even said hi to anybody. All right, Verna's here. Verna is Vay's Place, Blue Little Wretch, and she is a moderator. She has a channel of her own, Vay's Place, and she does a live Saturday mornings and Wednesday evenings. I don't know that she's going to do this Wednesday, but yes, welcome, Verna. Erica's here. Awesome. Hello, hello. Erica's a member, and we made some good stuff yesterday. She says, good evening. Good evening. All right. Oh my gosh. So her husband came home. Erica says her husband came home last night and immediately got into the cookies. Do you have any left? Yeah. Yeah. They're all good. They're all good. I gave some to a neighbor and she said I'm not allowed to come over unless I bring mice. Mice meaning these little mice. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Verna says that would figure. Gotta figure out what just happened. Uh-oh. I don't know what you're responding to. So hopefully things are good. Okay, back. Howie's here. He says boom. All right. Food forest permaculture is Howie. And how are you doing with the rain? We are just now kind of getting it, but we're not getting slammed like Washington did. But I know you're up. You're Canada, right? Something? You're up over there somewhere. Yeah. How are you doing? All right. Everybody's saying hi. Oh, yep. Verna says, I wonder how many people greeted the sun yesterday. Yeah, that's not where my mind was. All right. Howie made ginger snaps again. Good. These are ginger crinkles, so they're softer than ginger snaps, which is good. But yeah, anything ginger, molasses, good. Erica says, my sister had an office party. She brought home some of those mice, minus the Oreo. Really? People took off the Oreo and didn't want to eat the mice? All right. It's an interesting cookie to try to eat. I do admit that. Adam's here. Welcome, Adam. Finally, someone else that still has Corel. Oh, are you talking? No, this isn't Corel. This is Blue Willow. Oh yeah, and there's my nutmeg. There's my nutmeg. No, this is Blue Willow, and there's 3 different types. There's an England, there's a Churchill, and then there's a something else. What is the something else? This is a Churchill. No, it's the real stuff. But I did grow up with Corel, and it is not shatterproof. And my dad has a scar to prove it. Yeah, jumped off the counter. All right. But yeah, this is Blue Willow. I'll show you this without the stuff on it so you can see what it looks like. There's a story. It's a love story of Blue Willow. So that's the 2 doves, I think they are, and then the willow, and then the 3, I think, I don't remember who those are. Anyway, there's a whole story. Let me put these guys back on the plate. I have them on a piece of paper. Yeah. There was a time where no one made them, and then I got a bunch at a thrift store, and then they showed up at Fred Meyer. They started printing them again, but then I don't know if they're doing it anymore or not. But anyway, it's an old design. Oh, all right. Verna might have to go, huh? She says, oh, wow, just found out my granddaughter is in labor. At least my daughter thinks so. We will understand if you disappear. That is more important, Verna. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Pre-congratulations. 3 see if you get goodies, how he says. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, this eggnog, I have never made eggnog before this time, and it turned out super good. And it's like foamy and fluffy and nice. Yeah. All right. Erica says I made him leave most of the mice so that I can take him to work tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, those are the ones that you share. Those are the cuties. Those are the cute ones. Forest. Howie Forest. Howie says, raining cats and dogs. So much rain, it is like a garden hose spraying when you go outside. That is amazing. That is amazing. So maybe get some pond plants. Get some watercress. Get some, what else is marshmallow. Marshmallow, watercress. What else is edible in the water? Watercress, as long as it's not heavy metals, because it does pick up heavy metals. Yeah. Sorry. Gonna have to find some water tolerant things to plant this time around, I think. Hopefully your hillsides stay intact. It sounds like that is something that Oregon and Washington are having problems with, landslides. So be safe. All right, Verna says making candied ginger tomorrow. Awesome. My neighbor gave me some candied fennel seed, and it's really good. It's meant for like at the end of a meal, just to aid in digestion, and it's really good. Yeah, I need to see what all the process is. It's not. I know it's not hard, but I want to see what the process is. All right. Howie says some local flooding, but not for me. Good, good, good. Oh, Erica said someone else. So someone else made them, but without the Oreos. Well, you can't have mice on snow without the snow. That's that's the snow part. That's the snow part. Otherwise, it's just mice. Awkward mice on nothing. Anyway, they're so cute, I'm sure. Cool plates, good. I think they're cool. So the story is Albertsons, which used to be a grocery store, and actually still is. Like there's one in the town near me. Not here, but near me. Albertsons used to have it. See if anybody remembers this. Remember when they used to have the stamp booklets at Albertsons where you filled up so many pages with stamps for like if you spent X amount of money, then you got this many stamps, and then it was like a catalog that you could get. You could pick between things. Well, the sets of Blue Willow when I was little was one of the things, and my mom got 4 sets for me with the stamps, uh, and then 4 sets isn't enough to have many people over. And then they stopped having them, and then like you couldn't find them anywhere, and so I was going to all the thrift stores and buying whatever they had. I found a awesome soup train, which I don't use very often, but I got it because it's Blue Willow. Japan did not make very good. I said there's several different people that made them. There's one that says Japan on the back that I've seen several times. I used to have a platter with that small one that was theirs, that was by them, but it's basically every single one that I've seen has been smudged. Like so when they put this on here, it's I don't know how they do it or how they used to do it, right? But it's a pattern that's put on, and whatever they did for all the Japan marked ones, it was always smudged. So I don't know if their copy was smudged or what, but anyway, more than you wanted to know about Blue Willow. I understand. All right. Adam says the camera lied. It looked like green floral print. Oh, really? My parents had the white with the blue flowers on the outside. Yeah, no, it's not green. It's blue. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, Verna's gonna stay here. No way to join them. All right. And Howie says, "Awesome, Grandma Bay." Third time great grandma. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Duckweed. Yes, duckweed. Highly invasive, highly nutritious, very much takes up heavy metals. So I would not do that in floodwaters. Floodwater can be dangerous. Yeah. Erica says it's an Albertsons. So Safeway bought Albertsons, and Albertsons is basically the same as Hy-Vee if you're in the Midwest. They're owned by the same, like they're all owned by the same ones. Yeah, interesting. And Erica remembers the stamp books. All right, Adam's gonna watch the replay. All right. Well, have a good evening. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time yesterday doing that. This week, hopefully, you guys already watched the week in review because it has some cool stuff on there. Penne and risotto had babies, so they both kindled on the same day, and they have risotto has 6, and Penne, I knew she was going to have a lot because she had a big belly. She had 10, and they're all alive. So all of them are good and doing well. So so that's pretty cool. Very good mamas. Awesome. Risotto now wants more pets than she used to. So does Penne. She's like, okay, I need some loving because I am doing a lot of nursing. Yeah, there you go. So that's the news from here. And then, yeah, Mama Katie almost jumped up on the front bench with me and Ringo and decided not to. She put her paws up and she's like, no, not today. So, okay, we're getting closer. That is a lot of babies. Yes, Erica. So, rigatoni has 3. Ravioli has 6. So they are actually going to go into a tractor. I think I can do it next weekend. I think officially it'd be Thursday, but I need to make a couple of repairs to the tractor. And so that will happen this weekend. And they're just going to go in the larger tractor. And then I need to build I probably only need to build one more before the other 2 litters go out, because Risotto's litter of 6 can go in the smaller tractor. And then the 10 need a large tractor. So I'm going to be doing a lot of building of rabbit tractors. Yeah. I have tried to start that video 3 times, and all those I've lost data on. So I think I'm just going to start with a new drive and a new everything. Oh man. Versus Safeway is closing from what media is saying. I have not been paying attention to media. I doubt they're closing. I think if they close, they're just going to become another name of whatever they own. Because, like I said, Safeway, Albertsons, Hy-Vee, there's probably others. They're all owned by the same parent company. So Safeway might close, but other ones, it'll become something else. I don't believe it though. Safeway is pretty, maybe in your area, maybe there's something that's competing in your area, but I think in the towns near me, they're doing pretty good. Yeah. Officially Christmas. What? Oh, Thursday? Did I say officially Christmas? I don't know. I don't know. Eggnog is good. That's what I know. And fresh grated nutmeg. Why don't we fresh grate everything? Anyway, but I did also want to give you guys an update about, so if you guys weren't here for last week's live, it ended pretty abruptly. There was someone who ran up to the house who needed help. He was not in his right mind. And when the sheriffs got here, I didn't let him in. So this is safety 101, right? Don't let people into your house you don't know them. Don't do it. I told him go hide in the carport. If you're being chased, go hide in the carport. So it really gave me some awareness of that. I don't know if someone is, there's words you can't say on here. I don't know if someone's brain is being affected. It was not obvious to me that this person's was, but his brain was definitely being affected by stuff. And he was speaking clearly and all of that. So just be careful if someone comes up to your door needing help. If you have a safe space for them to go outside, direct them to that. Call 911. Let them deal with it. Yeah. So everything's okay here. No comment on that side of things. But yeah. Anyway, that is the update. There you go. Anyway, so nothing like that has happened. So since then, hopefully it doesn't. And we're going to continue. All right. Howie's saying goodnight too. Man, am I late? You guys going to bed early? Or just getting things done now that we have more daylight? Yesterday was solstice. We don't have that much more daylight, but we do have some. Yep. Verna says Lucy keeps trouble away from my door. Yep. Yeah, I think paying attention to your surroundings. It helps that I have a security door, so I can actually just crack open the other door because I know that's locked. I always lock doors behind me. I've locked so many people in my house by accident. Just because when I come in, I lock the door. But knowing how to protect yourself, and I'm not going to go into detail on that. But yeah, knowing where your cell phone is. That's what I was looking for at the end of that thing. It's right here. All right. Anyway, so see what people are doing this week. We might be a little light on this week just because there's holidays and people might be traveling for family and stuff. I'll be around here, so I'll be around, and yeah, I've been really just keeping track of bunnies. I am getting set up for some things. I did get you can't really see it well, but there's stuff stacked over here. I bought a table that you can expand. That's not the super expensive one. There's a super expensive one that I'm like, ooh, I like that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like the price. There's cheaper ones out there. So, yeah, it's something that's pretty small. And then you can expand it for, whatever number of people you have. So my house doesn't really have a official dining room. And so this is why I went this direction. I didn't really want a kitchen table all the time. So it'll be a small table, and we can expand it if it needs to be done. Yeah. And fresh nutmeg, guys. It smells so good. Tastes good too. Mm-hmm. Get a little eggnog on my nose. Yeah, so you guys are pretty quiet tonight. Yeah, Verna says my kitchen table is in the front room. No room in the kitchen for it. Yep. I think the people who lived here before used what I'm calling the study as a dining room. They had a small table in there, but it pretty much just takes up the whole room, and I don't really. Most of the time, it's just me and a couple other people, so I don't feel like I need to designate a room that way, but I like to have flexibility. So yeah, it's just Verna and Erica. Everybody else went to bed for the night. We're checking animals. Yeah, it's funny. The kitties now, like the past few nights when I've gone. Actually, when I went over to the neighbor the other night, I think they followed me because we saw them out the window a little while later. They knew where I was, or wrapping presents. Maybe. Erica's listening while she's doing something. All right. That's pretty funny because we saw them out, and then we got excited. We're like, hey, cats are here. But they've been wanting me to go for a walk at night, and so I think what I need to do is just go for a walk with them after work, but not at night. Because it's been dark when I go out and feed, and that way I can go for a good walk with them because it's so funny. They just enjoy going for a walk, go down the pasture or whatever, and just playing in the trees and going on that, and say, okay, we're just spending time together. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I think I'll have to do that at some point. I don't know if that would make an exciting video or not, but probably not. But I'll at least go with them. So yeah, we're supposed to get more rain sometime here soon. We got rain mostly at night. Excuse me. This last weekend week, we got most of the rain at night. Yeah, it'll be interesting. At least it'll be interesting to me. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know that it'll be an interesting video. If I were to do a video, it'll be interesting to me. I do have to check out between now and next weekend. I need to bring up the rabbit tractors up to the the closer part of the pasture, because I'll do that. I'll do that part in the wintertime, and then when it gets to summer, I'll go down, have them, I'll go put them in the areas that won't flood. Yeah. So that's what I'll do. I need to do that at some point between now and this weekend. Yeah. Oh, Verna says you'd be surprised how many people enjoy the going on a walk. I could do a video of that. I could do a video of that. It would maybe talk about some things that we find. Yeah, the cats are pretty funny. They get excited about it. Even if I go down, like I went up to the bunnies. I fed them. Went up to the bunnies. They usually sneak in there because the fencing's not great. They usually sneak in there and I don't know, watch me feed the rabbits. I don't know why that's exciting. And then when I go back down, they either run down like they're going to go across the street, which they haven't really done recently because there haven't been moving bunnies, right? But they knew that that's the pattern. Or they'll come into the carport, which is where they have their food. And today they kind of hung out. They're like, we really want to go somewhere. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go down and get the mail. So they went to the mailbox with me, and which is not very far. And then they went on the other side of the road and played. Like, okay, that's fine. We're good. They are very good around the road. I'm not concerned about them unless somebody's chasing them or something like that. But other than that, I'm not concerned about them. They're very good at climbing trees too. So these are good things. These are good things. Kind of would love to see their stories because I know Ringo is chased by probably his dad. Honestly, a gray cat. I haven't seen the gray cat around in a long time. He's the one that put Ringo into the hospital with his. He had a. This was last year. He had a. What is it when it gets puffy up? Puffy up. When it gets puffed up. Anyway, he had an infection from a bite or a scratch from this big cat. But early on, before I even knew that, so I haven't seen him. I'm gonna guess I haven't seen him because Mama Kitty's fixed. I think that's when he was coming around probably. But he chased Ringo way up a tree over there, like way up. One of the Douglas firs, like that doesn't have branches for a very long ways. I'm like, ooh, and they both got back down, but yeah, I know he can go way up the tree. So yeah. Yeah, that gray cat probably doesn't come around anymore because Mama Kitty's fixed is my guess. No idea. I don't think he has a home. I don't think anybody I know at least that has it. So actually the people that I know that are around have issues with that cat with their animals too. So he's not well liked. Yeah. Mm-mm. Oh, Verna got her shrug done Friday. Awesome. Just in time. Was that the one that you were commissioned to do, or was that the gift one? Verna's getting commissioned to do. So she's talking about not shrugs, but it's like a shawl shrug thing. That's what she's talking about. Awesome. That stuff takes forever. Okay, it was picked up on Saturday morning. It was a commission one. Awesome. Good. Working on grandson's hooded cloak now. Awesome. I'm glad you have that ability because it's a pretty good skill to have. Oh, it only took you a week to do the shrug? Well, a week solid or like working on it here and there? Yeah. I don't have any want to learn that. I just appreciate the people who do. I know how to crochet one long thing. Oh, so Verna taught herself by watching her mom. Awesome. Yeah. No, I don't have a need to crochet. He said I can do one long string. I know how to sew. If I need to sew, or I can do that. But knitting and stuff like that, no. Erica says I'm almost done with the sweater I'm working on for my grandson. Awesome. Man, you guys are both just yeah, I haven't done any of that. Yeah, I actually haven't got, I don't have that many hobbies anymore. I used to read a lot and I used to do, a lot more things, but now it's all kind of all homesteading related or YouTube related. Jacob's here. Welcome, Jacob. Hello, all. Hello. How is your eggnog? Is it gone? Here's my eggnog. Jacob was super excited about making eggnog, and I'm going to guess it was gone yesterday. Where it says 1 week of crocheting was watching movies. I had ripped it out and started over 3 times before it was finished. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Jacob said, yeah, that was gone last night. Did you put nutmeg on it? Like fresh grated? Where did my nutmeg go? Uh-oh, I lost my nutmeg. Oh, the grater's there. It's okay. Oh no, I put it away. I put it away. So this is a whole nutmeg. And this is the half a nutmeg I have left. And it looks like there was probably a bug in it, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then my grater. Anyway, that's why I couldn't find it, because I put it back in the jar. Okay. Erica says, I can take fibers from sheep or plants to finish project. Awesome. I have done seagrass. I've made rope out of, well, rope, like 2 strands of rope, out of not seagrass, bear grass, some sort of grass. Anyway, and it's dry, and then you wet it, and you wet your fingers, and you go in the same direction. That makes sense. And it twists, like if you bend it in the middle, bite that, and then do in the same direction, and it twists on itself. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. I grew when I was in Gilroy. I grew flax, and I want to grow that here too. I'm kind of debating putting out seeds for it. Um, I might. Flax is okay with frost. I don't know about freezes, like hard freezes, but it's okay with frosts. And chia is not, but flax will grow, and flax is what linen is made out of. And I was going to do the start to finish, but I didn't actually even get to the point of retting it. RETT, RHETT, I think is how you spell ret. And what that means is you collect the stalks, the stems after they're dry, and then so you collect the stalks after they're dry, and then make sure they're dry, and then you ret them, RHETT. And that basically, you put it in the water for 2 weeks. And what that does is it rots the part that isn't the fiber. And then you take it out and you dry it again. And then after it's dry, then you basically comb it, but you here's a bunch of nails, like this way and this way. And here's a bunch of nails, and you whap a bunch there and pull it through. And you do that over and over again. And you as it gets, you need to get finer and finer, you have smaller spaces in between the nails. And and then that can be made. That's what is used for linen. So I'm planning on doing that at some point here. You can eat the flaxseed too. The easy way to do it, to plant flaxseed, buy flaxseed like at the store. You don't have to get some special variety. You can if you want. But buy some flaxseed. Like, you're going to buy a bunch of flaxseed at the store to use for eating. And then once that happens, take it outside and throw it like you're feeding the birds, because you probably are. But it will, it doesn't, you don't have to bury it, you don't have to rake it or anything. When it contacts the ground, that's where it's going to root from. So if you do that when it's going to rain, but not like, wash away rain, then it will start to grow and it'll be awesome. So yeah. Okay. Jacob says, not fresh, but yes, I added nutmeg and cinnamon. Awesome. Verna says, too much nutmeg and you can take a trip. Oh, is it one of those? I did not know this. How much is too much? Because it hasn't happened yet. That's a good question, huh? All right, Bowtie's here. How you doing? How you doing? All right. He says, picking up eggnog tomorrow. Make it. Make it, Bowtie. You need eggs, whole milk, or milk and whipping cream, sugar, and whatever else I put in it, because I don't remember. But those are the main things. And if you have all that, you have what you need. Okay. Picking up eggnog tomorrow. Gonna put some spiced rum in it. I'm not an alcohol person, so I don't do that. But when we made eggnog, one of my members made an alcohol version, and I did not. So we had two different recipes that we were making. People could follow either one. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. And he says, hey all. Welcome, Bowtie. Erica says Redding can create, yeah, it can be smelly. I can see that. I mean, it's rotting. That's what it is. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the water that you soak it in will make a great compost tea, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, Bowtie's made it before, decades ago. Oh my gosh, well, try it again. You might fall in love with it. Yeah, Jacob says that eggnog was surprisingly easy. And Jacob, we made the one that you scald the milk. So we made the more complicated one. And it's still super easy. And it's nice and fluffy and thick. There you go. I think what you're supposed to do to stir it continuously, I'm getting a little tiny bits of chunk. I forgot to read out the part that says stir continuously. So we didn't get that, but next time, right? It's not bad though. It's good. Okay, Verna's saying large dose of nutmeg contain myristicin, which can be hallucinogenic. Okay, so don't have too much of it. Don't have too much of that. I looked up at one point what the nutmeg plant looked like, and I don't even remember what it looks like. I don't remember. I'm going to look it up. Nutmeg. Oh, I'm going to have to plant. Nutmeg plant. All right. It's a tree. Should I share my screen? Let's share the screen. Buster's here. Hey to all. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Let me just share my screen just because we're talking about nutmeg. This is just a Google search. And there is the seed. Looks like they grow in clumps. Let's go to pictures. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't they use this part for something else? The red part? The red part's used for another different kind of spice. I don't remember what. See how it's red there? Anyway, pretty cool. Kind of looks like a buckeye to me. Yeah, pretty cool. Red is the mace. Thank you, Verna. It's mace. So that the part that covers the nut, um, that's inside the husk is called that's used for mace. Okay, I didn't remember what it was. Yeah. Okay. Bowtie says I have a hallucinated plant out front, but it'll likely kill you. Angel trumpet. Yeah, don't eat that. Don't eat that. I mean, it might make you see angels. Right? Isn't that the? I know that's not the why. The why is because of the flowers. All right. Verna says too much nutmeg is dangerous with toxic effects. Hallucination, seizures, coma, starting around 10 grams, about 2 teaspoons. Oh, that's not as much as I thought it would be. Um, I'm guessing that's dried. Though symptoms can occur from 5 grams, best to stick to typical culinary. All right. Amounts fourth to half teaspoon as large doses cause severe poisoning from compounds like my restriction, leading to a multi-day hangover or worse, requiring supportive medical care. Oh my gosh. My goodness. Well, keep that in mind when we guzzle our, our eggnog. I did not know that. So anyway, yeah, eggnog's good. I'm going to show the cookies that we made for the Cook With Me Live. So again, this is eggnog that we made. Very good. And we made mice on snow cookies. And we made chocolate peanut butter oatmeal no-bake cookies. And ginger crinkles. So that is what we did yesterday. All right. So Verna's saying it's all about the nutmeg there, huh? All right. There is a mouse in my cookies. I know. I know. They make great, little gifts for, most of us don't actually need anything for Christmas, but, put a little effort into something like that. Turned out great. Yummy. Tasty. It's good. It's adorable. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And yeah. You wouldn't think to put these things together, but yeah. And I have a video, mice on snow video that shows how to put it together. We also did it where's my channel? There it is. We also did it on the Cook With Me Live, the members, and that was yesterday. So if you want to join us for that, or not join us because we already happened, but if you want to rewatch the replay for that, then that's good. All right. Copy. Yeah. So mice on snow cookies. Get your creative juices rolling. Yeah. Oh, Verna got it. Sorry. And thank you. Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing for, little gifties for a few people. Finding maraschino cherries with the stem, that's what the body is, spoiler alert, is more difficult than you think. And if you're counting anything, if you say, oh, it's this many, in that video was 4 years ago. That was right when I started then, huh? Awesome. Well, there's a video from yesterday too with the members. Yeah, I started in November 2021. So yeah, that would have been first couple months. So that's pretty cool. I think I probably did it in December. Is my guess. So anyway, so that is what I've been up to. We had the Christmas parade. Santa came. Kids from all over different towns came to see Santa. Every kid went home with a toy, so that's good. We made cookies and ran out of cookies and hot chocolate. So many people, but it's always a big event. It's always a big event. So yeah. Bowtie says, well, I'm just stopping by to say hey. Headed bedward myself. Harvested and cleaned turmeric all day today. Awesome. Awesome. I want to grow turmeric here. I did when I was in. So you're talking about ginger the other day too. Ginger's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as turmeric. The only thing with really either of those is you don't want to let it sit in. Like if you're getting torrential rain, dig them up because they will rot. I tried one year. One year I got it through the winter just fine, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can just stay in there and all that. And it's not as cold as where you are, Bowtie. But yeah, then the next year we had rain, and so I was just like gonna harvest as I needed it. No, if it rains like that, you really need to do something about it. Yeah. But that sounds fabulous. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Erica says, I found my cherries at the Dollar General. Mine didn't have any. Maybe getting stems is easier if you get cheap ones. Maybe, but I don't know. My Dollar General didn't have any, but I already had some. I did look while I was there, though. Yeah. When I find them, I get more than I need. So that's how I operate. Yeah. Bowtie says, not exactly the same thing, but it grows the same way. Torrential rain here in Florida doesn't matter like where you are. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, it grows the same exact way. I grew them side by side. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But yeah. Yeah, but they don't like to drown. There you go. Grow them in pots is what Verna says. That way you can move them if needed. That's a good idea. So Verna grows things from her apartment, and that's a great tip. Oh, Bowtie says the sand. I didn't think about sand. Siphons rain away. We can get 8 inches of rain in an hour, and it'll be gone in 10 minutes. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I have clay. So anywhere I plant, where I plan to plant ginger is in a high tunnel that I don't have yet. And high tunnel is a word that is probably going to be changed to something else. But yeah, it's clay here. Anyway, I'm saying in the high tunnel, it's gonna be made compost and some soil. Yeah. All right. You can buy regular cherries, save those stems. You could, or just use toothpicks. You could do all sorts of stuff. Yeah. You do it side by side too. Good. Good. Yeah. Cardamom is something that I want to do that I haven't done before. And I think we looked up, wasn't it like last month or so I said that, and we looked it up, and you can grow it here, like under, protection, like winter protection. I think we looked that up. Yeah, so Verna, you could actually do this on a different, maybe you don't, I mean, you can have it without the Oreo underneath, which is the snow, and have it on just as a mouse or just as a mouse on something, and it would have, you could put a real cherry in there, like pit the cherry, not a real cherry, not that these aren't real, they're just full of sugar. But you could pit a cherry, but the thing is that would have to be eaten pretty much right away, whereas these last a little bit. Yeah. Bowtie says we've lived at the coast before. I have never seen sand like here in Destin. It is wild stuff. All right. All right. Good to grow peas in though, right? And peanuts. Do you grow peanuts? You should if you don't, because the peg would go really easily into the sand. I grew peanuts once, and it was good. It was a good experience, but I didn't really have enough room to make it matter. In the area I was growing it. Do it on a cupcake and use coconut as snow. Yep. I was thinking like on grass. You could dye your coconut, like you can dye it green or use some sort of different colored frosting. I was just thinking of like not snow, like if you're going to do it in cherry season. Yeah. Yes, grow peanuts. It's super easy. It's super easy. You take a peanut, not roasted, not salted. You can order them, if you want varieties, and you literally sprout them, put them in the ground, and then when they grow, they'll flower, these little flowers, and then once they're pollinated, then the flowers kind of close up and they grow these long stalks and go into the ground. They're called pegs. So they grow pegs and they bury themselves in the ground. So the peanut you're eating, we think of them as being like roots or something because they're underground. They're actually fruits which grow underground, which is crazy. And I don't know of any other ones that do that. Anybody else know of any other ones that do that? Yeah. Oh, my dad has a good idea. Hi, welcome. He says you need some chocolate sprinkles to decorate the mouse treats. It will look like poop. Oh, and Bowtie says cupcake would be good. Katrina needs to make rabbits on green grass cupcake. Is that a thing? They're going on real green grass next week. So these little babies, I know they look little and they are little, but they grow super fast and all that. So yeah, I mean you can make things into anything. You just have to figure out what it looks like. It just so happens that these shapes are so well suited to be a mouse. So, or as PJ says, she doesn't have the tail. It's a hamster. All right. People saying hi, my dad, and my dad said hi to everybody. Awesome. Yeah. No, you can do all sorts of creative things. I mean, there's recipes for like breads for rolls that you can shape into any shape, and I think like their example was like a mermaid and horse or whatever. And you can make it into whatever you need to. Hamsters have tails, guinea pigs do not. Okay, but their tails don't go out. Their tails kind of go, right? And they're like little tiny. Anyway, so again, here is my eggnog. I'm drinking it very slowly so I can show you guys. It's almost gone. I have maybe half of a glass again. The recipe starts with 4 cups milk. So yeah, there you go. But I'll have to be mindful of the nutmeg. Mmm, nice. So what I saying, I made a birthday cake for my oldest son one year. It looked like a pickup truck gone mudding through a creek. It was really good. Ruts through the grass and all. Oh my goodness. Did you use like a play truck to make the ruts? You can imagine what he was interested in at age 17. Yeah, trucks. Trucks. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I'm interested. So for those that missed it, Bowtie's in Florida and does a lot of gardening, and um, much different environment to me. And yeah, it was a red pickup truck, part of the decorations, not a back box. Yes, yes. Um, yeah, so very different growing conditions to me, but um, I think I can grow a lot of things that are outside my reach right now. If I have a high tunnel situation, and it's not, I need to find a different word than high tunnel. It's not a high tunnel. It's not a greenhouse. It's not a, what is the word? Wannabe or wannabe, something. But something that uses geothermal. And if that happens, it will happen. But I don't know what it's called. I don't know I'm sure it has a name or a generalized name, but that's what I want to do. And I need to find someone in my area that can help me with the math. Yeah. Yep. All right. Oh, my dad wants to talk about a special birthday cake my mom made for me. My birthday is April Fool's Day. That's the thing you need to know before you hear the story. The other thing you need to know before you hear the story is the birthday person's supposed to get the first bite of cake. My dad broke this rule, and he found out first. Anyway, my mom decided that I should have cheesecake with sprinkles for my birthday. Except it wasn't cheesecake and sprinkles. It was tofu with sprinkles. And then after I took a bite, I went, bleh. We didn't even eat cooked tofu. This was just a cold block of tofu. Anyway, my brother and I ended up going around to the neighborhood trying to get rid of it, and it still had the sprinkles on it. I think we finally got a neighbor to take it. Yeah. Verna says, you'd be surprised at what all your imagination can come up with when it comes to food. Exactly. Yep. Bowtie says, I'm going to have 40 pounds of turmeric. Do you need to share? My mailing address is in the description. What kind of turmeric did you grow? Oh, actually, I didn't even read the second part. If you want me to have some, I will have some. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what kind did you grow? Do you know the name? I wasn't gonna get any this year. I really want to, but if I had a little bit, then I could grow a little bit. Turmeric from Whole Foods Organic. That's all you know? Yeah, there's different varieties of turmeric, so it's pretty interesting to see different varieties. Yeah, my source in the past is Hawaii Clean Seed. Is that what it is? I've been bringing this up like every every live the past like 3 lives. If you look up Biker Dude and Hawaii Clean Seed, that's what it is. Yeah, blue turmeric. Yeah. So there's people, Bowtie, there's people in Florida that are growing blue turmeric. And I know I actually don't support these guys anymore. Verna and I had similar experiences with them. Miami Fruit, but that is I don't know if they grow it or if someone they know grows it, because I know sometimes they get things from other people. But you might give them a call and see what they have, because they have like a rainbow assortment. But I personal experience and Verna's experience, I hope you're okay with me saying that. I don't support them anymore. They sent rotten stuff. Anyway, yes, Bowtie. My dad broke the rule. He took the first bite and I didn't see. And he stayed quiet about it. Yeah. So, but my point is, I do know that they are in Florida and you're in Florida, and you may have a different experience, but there are other people growing blue turmeric. I'm sure. There are in Florida. But yeah, there's blue, there's like a red, there's orange, there's different shades of orange. Turmeric is generally known as a yellow, but it can be light yellow, it can be dark yellow, it can be yellow with an orange tinge. There's all different colors, and they all, I'm sure, have different flavors, because the ginger does for sure. There's different types of ginger. Anyway, if you guys are interested in the place I get stuff from, it is Hawaii Clean Seed, and Hawaii Clean Seed Biker Dude. That's what he goes by. They're very nice people. Yeah, HawaiianOrganicGinger.com. I got the link. That's where I go. That's where I've had success before. They're very nice people. If you are ordering to California, I don't know if there's any other states that don't allow shipping of seed. A ginger seed is not a seed. It's not one of these. A ginger seed is a piece of ginger that has been broken off. Same thing with turmeric. Same thing with potatoes. Okay. You have to basically there is no difference. They're just going to have to send it to you as full hands as food. And then you break it apart into the different pieces and plant it. So that's the only difference if you're in California, other places. So yeah. Anyway, but there are tons of different varieties of ganglol, ginger, turmeric. They're all, I think they're all in the same family. Yeah. Bowtie says, yeah, I will keep looking. I will confess I am not looking very hard. 40 pounds of turmeric does that for you. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, if you go to that link, they do sell out fairly quickly, and orders start January 1st. So January 1st, this is going to be a very busy website. Right now, it looks like they have 3 different types of ginger. Okay, they have more turmeric on here now. I'm just going to share this. I'm going to share this screen. They have more than what we looked at a couple weeks ago. Oh, you're looking at the site now? Well, we'll share it with everybody. Okay. So here's the turmerics. So there's, red turmeric, yellow. I don't know what this one is. BKK. Anyway, it gives a history, limited quantity. It should say where it cannot ship and all that, but I guess not on this page. Anyway, so doesn't that look yummy? Are you guys hungry now? Is the flour? I've never had them flour. You can use the leaves of both ginger and turmeric medicinally, as well. There's some info about turmeric. They ship mid-February. And yeah. Cold and wet, slow it down, etc., etc. Gingers, this is what they have right now. When I ordered from them before, they had like 7 different varieties. There was a blue ginger too. That was really good. But like I said, mine rotted. So yellow ginger, buffalo gung ginger, bird ginger. I don't know these two. No exotics. Sampler packs you can get. Okay, they're not up yet. But sometimes they'll have on this page, the exotics page, they'll have a like some flowers that aren't considered food, but they're in the ginger family. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome. Bowtie says I had a lot of flowers this year on my turmeric and ginger. Awesome. So were those plants 1-year-old plants, or were there multiple, or was it more than that? And do you think heat and or humidity had anything to do with that? Where I grew mine was on the north side of my garage, so it didn't get a whole lot of sun. If it got more sun, maybe it would get more, maybe it would be flower more. Ooh, good question. Verna is asking Bowtie, did you harvest and use the flowers? Because you can use them. All planted between January and May. Humidity helped. Yeah. See, I was in a very dry area. Here it's fairly dry in the summer, but not as dry as where I was previously or where I grew up. So yeah. But humidity is something that I expect to be able to have some part in controlling. I don't have a plan for it yet, but in this greenhouse high tunnel thing that I'm thinking, I should have a way of helping that at least. But probably won't be hot enough to do vanilla. And vanilla would be something I would love to grow. I used to have a vanilla plant years and years ago, but it has to grow to this, I don't know, like 12 feet or 20 feet or something like that. It has to be that big before it flowers. And then when it does flower, you have to hand pollinate. I was really excited about it at one point. I'm like, I'm going to keep it in the bathroom. My bathroom doesn't stay humid enough for it to work in there. But in Florida, you might be able to do vanilla. So that's what I would encourage. Yeah. Ooh, you've not used the flowers yet. Bowtie, you said you were going to bed, but I think we have your brain going. Which is okay. This is what this space is for planning out our gardens and animal care and all of that. Britta says usually if you harvest the flowers, then it will force energy to go back to the roots. That's true. That's true. Yeah. All right. Is anybody freezing? Because we haven't been, so I haven't been talking about it a whole lot. Does anybody want to talk about cold or snow or any of that stuff? Steve's not on here. He just said the 4-letter word, snow. Yeah. Bowtie says I understood that turmeric was not like that. Okay, but I'm not sure. You can do an experiment. Do more experiments in your garden this year. You had huge roots on plants that flowered. Okay. Look at Emmanuel Akers' last video to see my roots. Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Verna's going to grow sweet potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket this year. Awesome. I have grown some pretty big sweet potatoes. Yeah. Erica says I live in the South for a reason. In other words, no, you don't want to talk about snow and cold. Jacob says no, I've had enough of the snow. We'll just talk about Bowtie's garden in Florida. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten that cold. I think we're supposed to get cold coming up, but I think I've said that before, and I think like things keep on shifting more than in the past. So I want it to get cold at night for at least a little bit, because what I would like to do, I have the stuff for, I would like to tap some maples and my 2 walnuts. I would like to tap them so that I can sugar them. And for that, you have to have it freeze at night and be, not freezing in the day. And we haven't really, we've frozen a couple times, like just barely this season. Yeah. My dad says no snow here yet and none forecasted in the near future, just cold rain sometimes. Hey, you guys had that big storm that was what, an inch or almost an inch? Did you get rivers flowing in the backyard? When you circle back to your swales, he's in the high desert. They don't tend to get 1 inch of rain at a time. Verna says that year my potatoes were stolen. Yeah, that's sad. I saw some really big ones that were peeking out of the dirt. So Verna had a green stalk that she did sweet potatoes in, and her green stalk got stolen. Stupid people. Bowtie says, so we have several feet of the white stuff. What? We shovel it, we blow it, we plow it. It blows in the wind. It's a mess, except we call it sand. Hint, We actually have white sand beaches. Okay, okay. It gets everywhere, huh? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Verna, I know. It's so sad that that got stolen from you. Yeah. Oh, no issues with the sand, with the sand, with the rain my parents had. Um, I thought you guys were going to have like rivers coming down the hill. We're starting to get rain, um, but luckily not torrential, not like a fire hose, like Howie was saying earlier. We're starting to get rain, pretty good amount, but reasonable. And I'm waiting for the water table to get up high enough for me to see the French drain flowing. I keep when I keep walking out, it's raining at night mostly, which is fine. But I keep walking out to the street to look in the ditch and see stuff coming out. I'm like, well, the ones that's coming off the downspouts are going, but the other ones are not yet. So I really want to see it working. I kind of want to have that working so I can put it in the video when I do the build video, but it's not there yet. Yeah. No, they did not leave. They did not leave the green stock. They stole the green stock bow tie, if I recall correctly. If I recall correctly. Um, yeah, she went through a rash of troubles. Yep, they took it all. Yep, I recalled correctly. Yeah, they're not just going to dig sweet potatoes, people like that. And they probably didn't even know what they were, so they probably didn't even eat them. That's my assumption for that kind of the quality of person that steals someone's growing structure that has it planted out. Like, come on. Yeah. Bowtie says we had 5 inches of snow on the beach here last winter for the first time in recorded history. There was a dusting about 40 or 50 years ago. It was hard to distinguish between the snow and the sand. So that sounds very familiar as what Guidro's family farm had in Louisiana. They had, I think, like a foot and a half. Berna, is that right? I think it was a foot or foot and a half. And their kid was like swimming in it. They had like an emergency, like, oh my gosh, we have to protect the animals situation. Yeah. Oh, they did know what it was. They stole on purpose. It was a farmer. What? You know who it was? That's really frustrating. They only got 8 inches? I thought it was a foot. Anyway, yeah. Same snowstorm. Yeah, you guys got hit in a surprise, like the whole south part of the country right there got hit with a surprise. Yeah. See, I haven't had to break ice on the water feeders yet. The water bowls yet. I haven't even plugged in the chicken's water warmer thing. But yeah. Yeah. Bowtie says, all right, Mrs. Bowtie has gone to bed. I better go for realsies this time. Good night. All good to see you. Good to see you too. Glad you had decided to stay a little bit and say hello. And good night. Oh boy. All right, we're having a blessing today. Yeah, so that is a concern for some people. It is getting cold for some people. Not here yet, but I think it's going to be one of these things that we have to kind of be ready for. Mama Kitty, well, both cats, but especially Mama Kitty, has a very thick coat this year. I think it's thicker than last year. So I keep expecting this super cold to come because it's kind of like the animals know, right? But she has a super, super thick coat this winter. Yeah. Erica says we only got about 2 inches. All right. All right. Well, the next atmospheric river I think is supposed to hit California. There you go. It's a week when the weather gets bad here, Verna. That's what I was thinking, is that it was like after Christmas time is when it was gonna get cold. and I think another storm was going to hit there. But in between that time, California's getting hit Wednesday, I think. I think that's what it is. I had to check today to see whether someone was going to be doing a survey or not because of the weather. We have to keep track of the weather at these sites right after New Year. Yeah. Yep. Homemade eggnog, guys. So good. So good. Oh, let me show these again because if more people are on. Anyway, this is what we did at the members live. We have chocolate peanut butter oatmeal no bake cookies. We have ginger crinkles, and we have mice on snow. And that's what we did. And we made eggnog. And here's the eggnog. Anyway. Yeah. Well, next week, I want to do a kind of plans for this next year. That's what's left of the eggnog. Well, okay, I have about half of this cup left in the refrigerator. But as far as this cup, that's what's left. Yeah. It's 4 cups milk and it's 3 eggs. So it makes more than that because it's fluffy. But when it all comes to it, it's good stuff. My dad says our snowy months are usually January and February. Redding, California got hammered this week. Lots of major flooding. I knew it went into Northern California, and then it's supposed to go south a little bit. That was supposed to be here, and then the next one was supposed to be Northern California. I think it went to that one being mostly south of us. We got some of it, and then the next one is going to be, which is this week, hit Central California, and then after the holidays is when it's going to come back here. But yeah, I think the mountains. I think the mountains go to my parents. I think they got snow out of this last thing. I don't know if it's still snow, if it's rained on it by now, but yeah. I didn't know Redding specifically got hammered. I knew about the coast area, but yeah. So hopefully that is going to spread out and not affect one place over and over again. I mean, Oh, Mount Bachelor is open. So for those in Central Oregon, Mount Bachelor is a ski place to go. You can also go there and rent snowshoes. And I like snowshoeing. I like snowshoeing better than skiing for sure. It is a workout, but it is good. So do you know if they had to make snow to open it? Or if it's all natural snow? All natural snow? All right. We're going to put a link. What is this link? Okay, hang on. I have to see what this is. Okay, Ryan Hall, y'all. Mother Nature is about to slam the gas pedal. I will watch this after. Thank you, Berna. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan Hall. So the one that I watch here is Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. He's out of Seattle area and does the weather for Alaska Air. And then Ryan Hall, I think he pretty much does it for the whole United States, right? If I recall correctly. I remember him as being focused in the Midwest, and I don't know if it's because there's tornadoes there, and that's what I heard about him first or not. Yeah, yep. Okay, my dad says Tahoe is supposed to get many feet of snow this week. All natural snow at Mount Bachelor, maybe 2 feet. Okay. Well, good luck to Tahoe. I think my boss is up there. Yeah, well, it'll be nice to get some snow in the mountains. For people in the Midwest and down in Florida and stuff, you might not think of snow as being important, but as far as the Western United States, which is generally drier, the snow is very important because it melts throughout the summer, and that summer melt, it basically, instead of having all the water just rush to the ocean and do that, we have the water encapsulated in snow caps on the mountains, and then it's a slow release trickle, and that's more important to the ecosystem and to us getting water and all of that. So snow in areas or near areas that have mountains is a big deal. Yeah. But yeah, we haven't had any yet here, and I really thought that we were going to have some by now. So I don't know what's normal here yet. Because we have one year last year, which was big rain year, and then the second year I'm here is this year. Yet, exactly, Verna, exactly. Um, the second year is this year, and we really haven't had that much precipitation. And we've only recently gotten like a large amount at once. Not really any downpours yet. It's pretty much just rain all day, which is the right way to rain, right? You want it to be able to soak in. I do hear the creek now, so there's obviously runoff happening. I usually don't hear the creek from the house, but yeah. So yeah, Verna is exactly right. Keyword is yet. And I think that's really true this year. I really think it's going to get cold only because Mama Kitty's just thick coat this year. And I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because she had kittens last year. I'm trying to think of when the kittens were done. But maybe they were taking her energy, but she grew a nice thick coat this year, and I think she's ready for winter to happen. So, yeah. Verna says that is true also for the heavy snow we are supposed to get. Yeah. But I think yours would be like a slow release into the groundwater, right? Exactly, Verna. So Verna's saying they say watch your animals. That is the old way to know what is going to happen. Exactly. I mean, I pay attention to them. I mean, the cats, they're good sentinels, honestly. If I'm going down into the pasture, if I'm going, I try not to like lure them too far away from the house, but if I'm, out and about by myself, it's always good to have them with me because they're going to react to something before I do, likely. Um, the rabbits are for sure animals to watch. They will pick up on something new immediately. Immediately. A new smell, a new sight, a new sound. And if you pay attention to them, they will tell you what's going on. They'll perk up and they'll put their ears forward at whatever is new, and they'll just freeze. And I learned this when I was in California. I had a rack and house where the chickens were underneath the rabbits, and the chickens are absolutely clueless to everything, and they just don't care about anything that's outside of their little realm. Um, and I was in there sitting, playing with the chickens, and all of a sudden I look up and Meatball, she's gone now, but one of the does, she was looking and she was like, well, a possum had come by. There was a mama possum that was huge. She was like this big. I don't know how big possums get, but she was probably the oldest possum I've ever seen. And she would come to the pond, to drink. And yeah, so the bunnies definitely, both of them were like, whoa, oh, there's something there. And the chickens were like, so they will definitely point that out for you. Yeah, Verna says they sense things before you can even register anything. Yep. Yep. I mean, a lot of dogs respond to earthquakes before they get there, before we would feel it. Yeah, a lot of things. A lot of things. So pay attention to your animals. Pay attention also to the nature animals. That's good English. Yeah. Yep. Mary says Lucy informs me of everything. Yep. Well, you've had her long enough too. So Lucy's a dog, she's a service dog, and you've had her long enough that she knows exactly what's supposed to happen with you and exactly what's not supposed to happen with you. And she's like, "There's a problem here." Yeah. So anyway, it's fun. Pay attention to your animals. So, as I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it again in case people missed stuff at the beginning. Last week's video ended pretty abruptly because someone came to the house that was not in their right mind because they had taken something. And in any situation where you don't know who it is and they're coming up to you for help to your home, don't let them inside. Don't open the door. I did crack open the door because I have a security door and I do lock my doors behind me every single time I come in. I've accidentally locked people in my house before. But don't let people in. Tell them where to hide. Go around the side of the house or go into the carport or whatever if they're being, chased, whatever. But your safety needs to be number one, and call the authorities and let them help, because the way you can help someone is in that way. So I want you guys to all be safe and learn from. I didn't let this guy in. I didn't. I did all the things right, but I wanted to discuss it with you guys and inform you guys. Okay, remind you guys, don't open the door for strangers. All of those things that applied to you as a kid still apply. So anyway, there we go. That's the end of that topic. And everything's okay here. So that is the positive result that we can get from it. Yeah. All right. Oh, I guess I could tell you guys, I don't know if anybody cares about this. My refrigerator that needed replacing, they replaced it. Seems to be working fine. Still pretty loud, but whatever. But my water heater stopped working. My brand new water heater stopped working. So a new one is coming after Christmas. Yeah. And then I have to have someone, take out the old one, put in the new one. And yeah. Because they don't have an installer, it's not like I can say, "Hey, what happened to this?" No. I paid someone to install it, so I'll be giving them more money, which is fine, to uninstall and reinstall. But I did do something fairly creative. Let me actually get the picture off my phone real quick, because it'll be on here. It's not here yet. It is. All right. Let's see what I can do. Let me download this real quick. Yeah, I went ghetto, if I can say that. It might take a couple minutes. That's the download. Oh, it won't take. Okay, it's already done. Where'd it go? Okay, so I have it downloaded now. And I'm just going to share my screen. If you had a wood burner stove, then you would always have hot water. Yeah, that's true. It still has hot water. I turned off the alarm. It's just leaking. But let's see. Share screen. Entire screen. Let's do that. I go to, make sure I close my other tab I had open so I know which one I'm doing. All right. Share. Oh my gosh. That's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna stop sharing that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me try this again. Image file. How about that? We'll do image file. Let me go to downloads. Awesome. It's not in downloads anymore. I'm sorry. Let me extract this. Extract all. Browse. Sure. Let's put it in this. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's leaking from, so it's a hybrid one. So that means that it is leaking. No, that means that it has a heat pump and it's electric. So it does the electric and then it, you know, turns on the heat pump and it runs very efficiently. But let me find this. Okay. Can you guys see? There we go. So you can see that black thing there and the little leaky drips there. I don't know what that black thing is, but it has to do with the heat pump because that's on the top. You have to share the actual tab. I'm good. I can share the picture now that I have it here. I know you said to call you and figure that out, but it's okay. Anyway, so that's the issue. And I'm just going to switch pictures. Yeah. So that's where it goes down. And it was going all the way down to the floor. And so I used my geniusness to ghetto rig something in the meantime while waiting for the replacement and while still using my hot water. Here's my setup. Oh, so at the top, I have you guys know what that is? It's a mop head. It's a big sponge is what it is. So it's dripping from the black thing onto the mop head. It's taped to the thing with painter's tape. And then that soaks it up all the way. And then you can see way down at the bottom, the last little bit is wet. And then there's a string tied around it. And the reason for the string is if it just drips there, it's going to drip down the side. And so how I have it, you guys can say it's ridiculous, but it's working. So shush. Here's the string, and it goes into a bucket, which I've wrapped I've wrapped the string around the knife, and if you wet the first part of the string, the capillary action will actually pull the moisture down into the bucket. So there's your science lesson for the day, is you can make it work. You can see the floor is wet down there. It's not great. It's not a great situation. But now that I have this set up, that is drying or drying now. But that string is very wet. It has tension on it because it's wrapped around the butter knife in the bucket. And it is actually doing the capillary action where it's sucking it out of the sponge into there and down into the bucket. So yeah, if it works, that's all that matters. Verna says, and Erica says, it's not ridiculous if it works. So that is my solution. And I have to wait until the second until it comes, and then I'm not sure when in the schedule I can have someone install it, which means uninstalling the old one and reinstalling this one. But yeah, it looks a little, yeah, it looks a little a little MacGyver, a little MacGyverish, right? Anyway, there you go. There you go. That's my tricks. So I guess the thing is, I can still have hot water, at least for now, unless something changes. The water won't get on the floor underneath, which it does have a leak, but the leak is going somewhere. No idea if it's damaging the the upper part, but they didn't tell me to stop using it, so there you go. And it's catching the water. It's not a big leak, so it's a very small leak, but it's a leak. All right, Brenda says necessity is the mother of invention. Exactly. I just needed to not have water all over the floor because that's gonna suck. Yeah. So that was my excitement last night and today. And I was like, I went in there and I'm like, it's wet. What's going on? The water will rot out all wood. Yeah, it's on cement, so I'm not concerned about that too much. But yeah, if you just let it go and drip a drip, drip, drip and be there forever, then yeah, any wood that would come in contact with that would probably eventually, I mean, might take a while, rot it out. But yeah. Anyway, there's my genius ingenuity. Or you can call it something else. That's fine too. It's working. That's all I know. And I could invent something that works. So that's good. Science for the win. Mm-mm. Yeah, this eggnog is so much better than any other eggnog. I've only had store-bought eggnog. I should clarify that. But I've never had like light foamy eggnog. It's really good. Anyway. Yeah. So Verna, you said you have to share the tab. I think I did it the way I should have done it. But the thing about what I have is I wanted to show multiple pictures, and the tab would close every single picture. So it wouldn't be a tab. You used to be able to open, you used to be able to look at pictures that you have in a folder, and you used to be able to open that and then just click through them, like click on the next arrow, or the arrow button on your keyboard. And, like, oh, okay, that can happen. Now I don't know why they took it away. It's a silly thing. Anyway, Verna says, at least you did something as soon as you found it instead of waiting for others. Yep. Hey, maybe I'll do a video out of that. I could do a video out of that. Maybe that'll be Thursday's video. When you open Media Player. Yeah, so that doesn't work anymore. I think I have to download the old version or something. I think I had to do that on my old one. Yeah, I think I had to do that on my old one. But it's okay. We'll get through it. Yeah, because if you right click, open with, yeah, and it doesn't have, oh, choose another app. Yeah, it doesn't have the Windows Media Player Legacy. I guess that would be the old one, right? Yeah, there's no way to go to the next one. Yeah, it's just the one at a time. Anyway, there you go. We can do one. We can do a StreamYard tutorial class. Verna learns all these things and then she becomes the expert. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so it sounds like we're winding down here. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about or discuss or questions? A problem about being a curious kid? It's not a problem. It just means you know a lot. People can ask you questions. You're like, hey, yeah, I did that. Right? Knowing a lot isn't a problem. Yeah. All right. So looks like we're winding down. A lot of people are probably traveling for Christmas or getting ready for Christmas or all that stuff. I'll be around and we will do Monday next week. And next week I'm going to talk about plans for this coming year. Kind of the same stuff I've been telling you guys, but my goal when making my goals is to not overcommit. I'm one of these people that likes to get a lot of things done and usually can get a lot of things done. The limitations for the things I want to get done coming up this year are not always on me. And also, I work full time, so the stuff that I have to do has to happen, after or before work. Let's be honest, it's going to be after because I'm not a morning person. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brings back. Exactly. So, all right. Well, I'm going to say good night to you guys, and I hope everybody has a really good holiday. And we will see you Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I work 3 jobs. 3 jobs. What's my third job? Is homesteading a job? Homesteading a job, YouTube a job, and my job is a job? Yeah, I'll give myself a break. Okay. But I have to be realistic in setting goals, and that is what I need to keep in mind. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching the replay if you're watching the replay. And yep, those are the 3. And we will see you guys next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to talk about plans for next year on that live. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening and a wonderful Christmas time and other holiday time if you're celebrating other holidays. And we will see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.